Grass-fed whey protein powder is probably not what you think it is. You may have purchased one thinking, hey, it's grass-fed, it's got a better nutrient profile, and it's going to be a healthier option. Unfortunately, you're wrong. And today, I'm going to show you why. This is Capsule to Capsule. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're diving into protein powders. Now, I know it's not technically a supplement. This is a food product. So instead of a supplement facts panel, we're going to be looking at nutrition facts panels. But a lot of the same philosophies apply when selecting a high quality product. And once again, at the end of this video, I will show you how to select high quality protein powders from the marketplace. But first, let's talk a little bit about protein powders and the different forms that you may encounter out there. When it comes to protein powders, there's effectively 4 different types that you may encounter on the marketplace. And they are egg protein, milk protein, which is casein and whey, or plant-based proteins. Those are really the 4 big ones that are out there on the market. So let's talk about the differences amongst them. So for plant proteins, this is a difficult space to find an effective product. Now, why is that? Well, plants do not have as robust of an amino acid profile as their animal counterparts do, right? The egg and milk-based proteins. So when it comes to selecting a plant-based protein powder, you must see on the bottle the amino acid profile per serving. That is very important to know if you are going to get a robust serving of the required amino acids for helping to support muscle synthesis. That is very important here. Not as important with the animal products because they all have a nice, robust, and diverse amino acid profile, but plants do not. So how do we overcome that? Well, there's a couple techniques that manufacturers will use. One is to include a variety of plant sources in the protein mix to enhance the diversity and the robustness of the amino acid profile. The other technique is to actually add in an amino acid blend on top of the protein to once again enhance the profile. Okay, so you may see either of those applications or you may see a combination. But nevertheless, we definitely want to see right there on the packaging what the specific servings of amino acids are in the plant protein. Very important when selecting one. Now, the cool part is that if a manufacturer formulates it correctly and shows that to you as the consumer, there is no difference if you choose a plant-based or an animal-based protein when it comes to the effects. This has been studied, and the effects are equivocal whether it's a plant or an animal-based protein, which is great. A lot of folks, either for dietary or lifestyle choices, do not want animal-based products. So they can get the same effective protein source from plants thanks to enhanced and well-informed manufacturing techniques. And we'll take a look at some examples here in a moment. Now, when it comes to egg-based protein powders, we're still going to have a very nice diversity of amino acids. They're essentially identical to their whey counterparts. Very good muscle building capabilities here with egg protein. And then as far as its digestion and its speed of absorption, it's not as fast as whey, but it's also not as slow as casein. So it falls somewhere right in the middle, and it has a lot of different applications. It is a very good option if you are someone that is, say, lactose intolerant and can't handle milk proteins. Egg protein may be a very nice option. Once again, robust amino acid profile, essentially the same as whey, without the risk of milk allergens or lactose intolerance. Now, on the milk-based side of things, we're essentially looking at casein or whey protein. Let's start with casein. So casein is a protein that comes from the milk curd. It is a very slow digesting protein. We're talking up to 7 hours of sustained amino acid release here with casein. So a lot of folks like to take it before bed to continue to feed amino acids into the body while we sleep. And if that's how you want to use it, great. Some people like to use it between meals for that long lasting effect. Whatever your application may be, it is a good source of amino acids and it may be effective for you. When we get to whey, this is really the gold standard as far as digestion goes. Very fast absorption here with whey protein. And this actually comes from the liquid byproduct of the cheese making process. So as they're making cheese, there's a lot of liquid left over that's full of proteins and amino acids. That liquid is dried and filtered, and we are left with whey protein. Okay, so the lactose amount is very small, but again, for someone that has issues with lactose or just has dietary guidelines that they live by, right, vegan, vegetarian, the plant option may be good for them. But for a lot of folks, whey is the gold standard because it absorbs very, very quickly. You can find it in relatively inexpensive forms, and it is really effective for muscle building capabilities, a very robust amino acid profile. Now, when it comes to selecting a whey protein, you may see grass-fed whey as one option that's very heavily advertised. Now, when it comes to grass-fed whole food products like meats, milk, cheeses, you are getting the benefit through saturated fats. They have higher omega content, higher conjugated linoleic acid, higher vitamins and minerals. So grass-fed meats and other whole food sources are fantastic. And I know I definitely try to prioritize that when I'm shopping. But here's the difference. When we're talking about whey protein manufacturing, the drying and filtration process removes the fat content or the vast majority of the fat content. And you are essentially left with the exact same nutrient profile that you get from conventional fed cow sources, just proteins and amino acids. So sorry to break your bubble here with the grass-fed marketing scheme, but there are no nutritional benefits to a grass-fed whey. The only benefit is for the manufacturer that jacks up that price and pushes it onto you as a consumer. No nutritional benefits. Sorry, guys. Now let's just take a very simple example. Say you have 5 ounces of a grass-fed ribeye, right? A very popular cut of beef. In that 5-ounce serving of ribeye, you're going to get about 26 grams of protein and about 12 grams of saturated fat. If we take that equivalent amount of grass-fed whey protein, a 26-gram serving, you're only going to get about 1.5 grams of saturated fat. It's like 10% the amount, significantly less. And there you go. All those nutrients that you're thinking you're getting from a grass-fed source are gone. Now, the one advantage of a grass-fed source, or maybe it better stated as the one argument you could make for a grass-fed source, is that some manufacturers will promote sustainability and regenerative agriculture, which if you can verify that, or that helps your heart feel better about buying a grass-fed protein, then by all means go for it. But just as a reminder, you're not going to be getting the same nutritional value as you would from a grass-fed whole food source. Now, when it comes to whey protein, there's effectively 3 different preparation methods that manufacturers will use, and they all have varying levels of purity. We'll start at the bottom. This is whey protein concentrate. Yields about 80 to 85% pure protein, okay? The next tier is going to be whey protein isolate, about 85 to 90% pure or so of protein content. And then the top tier is called hydrolyzed whey. This is about 90 to 95% pure protein. Comes with a premium cost though. If you can afford hydrolyzed whey, then please, by all means, go for it. But you can still get identical results and very top tier quality from, even just concentrate on its own, which is going to be more cost effective, or what I like to prioritize, a blend of concentrate and isolate. Okay. Now, one of the things that's important to keep in mind when it comes to the application of protein powders is a lot of folks think that, if I get my protein shake in immediately after the gym, I'm going to have better muscle building effects. And unfortunately, that is only partially true. It really only applies to if you're working out in a fasted state, right? Maybe you work out first thing in the morning before any food, and your body is really derived of nutrients. In that application, yes, a quick protein shake after your workout will definitely feed your muscles better than a conventional meal. We're talking 30 minutes to spike amino acid levels in the blood compared to a whole food source like eating a chicken breast or any other source of protein, which can take up to 2 hours to have the same effect. So, in a fasted state, quick intake of protein powders is extremely beneficial. But outside of that, if you're working out after you've eaten, there's really no additional benefit. Okay, so why would you use a protein powder outside of that? Well, it can definitely help to meet your daily protein goals. Some people take 200 grams of protein a day, and that can be difficult to attain through just meals, right? Especially if you have a very busy lifestyle. So supplementing with a protein shake can help hit that daily protein intake. And that is a great application. All right, so that's the overview on protein powders, the different sources out there, the different applications, and maybe how to stay away from some gimmicky marketing schemes. Now we're going to shift gears to our favorite online marketplace and take a look at how to select a high quality version of each. All right, I'll see you on the screen.
All right, my friends, here we are once again on Amazon. Now we're going to take a look at all the examples that we covered in the previous portion of this video, starting with plant-based proteins, because I think there's just more to cover when it comes to selecting a plant protein. So let's type in plant protein powder. Now remember, we're reviewing nutrition facts panels here. This is a food product, not a supplement, but many of the same principles still apply. All right, so let's go down here and check out some of these proteins. All right, let's just start right here. So when it comes to selecting a high quality protein powder that is plant-based, remember we want to see that amino acid profile to verify that it's going to be nice and robust. And then we're going to look at the ingredients. Are there a lot of extra fillers, a lot of gums, artificial sweeteners, those things that really bring down the quality of the product? And then any manufacturing certifications that we can find. All right. So here we are on the nutrition facts panel. This is interesting. It's only 12 servings in a container. Yikes. For 15 bucks, not bad. Usually 25 though. So 25 bucks for 12 servings is quite pricey. Let's see here. So we do have an amino acid profile. Great. So it says typical amino acid profile. Usually it'll denote if it's a 100-gram serving or if it's just per serving. This product does not specify, so that's uh, a little bit cumbersome, a little bit of a concern. I'm going to assume, just looking at the amounts here, that this is going to be per serving, right? We have 30 grams of protein per serving, and then here we go with the amino acid profile. 2.5 grams of leucine is excellent. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay. You can see we've got some other good ones like isoleucine, valine, lysine. Those are really good amino acids for protein building. Okay. So this is a nice looking profile. Very good. Let's check out their ingredients, see what they're formulating with. So we do have a blend of protein, which, as I mentioned before, helps create that diversity that we're looking for. They're using only pea and pumpkin, so just two sources, which, not bad. Could be better, but we'll take two as opposed to one. Cocoa powder as their flavoring. This is a chocolate flavored. And then here we go, guys. So just as I said before, a lot of manufacturers will add in an amino acid blend, which is exactly what these guys are doing. They are adding in the leucine, the isoleucine, valine, etc., to be able to increase the muscle building capability, which is fine. Again, but just be cognizant of that as the consumer. They also have some other natural flavors. Not really sure why. Cocoa powder will get the chocolate flavor you're looking for. They do have a form of gum, which I don't like at all. It does help in the emulsification process, but there are better emulsifiers out there, like soy or sunflower lecithin, which have beneficial components to them. Monk fruit extract for their sweetener, excellent. No issues with that. A little bit of sea salt, also great. But then they have this vitamin multi-mineral blend, totally unnecessary. That's not what we're looking for in a protein shake at all. We just want the protein. And you can see that they're using cheap forms of vitamins and minerals. Go check out our multivitamin video if you want to learn more about that. But those are not good forms by any means. And then they have, oh, this is also interesting. So they have Bacillus coagulans, which is a bacteria. Probably going to market that as increased digestion capabilities. That is going to get destroyed by stomach acid. So real quick note, when we're going to do a video on probiotics, but they have to be enteric coated or acid resistant or packaged in acid resistant capsules to be able to get to the small and large intestine. Otherwise, they're destroyed in the stomach by the hydrochloric acid and the very low pH environment of the stomach. So this is totally useless. And then they have, for some reason, a superfood greens blend. Again, totally useless. Just added extra junk to raise the price. But on the plus side, they do have the amino acid profile. Let's see. Any manufacturing certifications here? Export certified, or do they even say that it's GMP certified? You can still find that in food products. They don't talk anything about that. So there's a lot of red flags going on there. A lot of red flags. Let's check out some other ones. Let's check out these guys. Okay, so let's go right to the nutrition facts. So you get 20 servings here for 21 bucks, so about the same price. Only 25 grams of protein though. And then when we get down here, not a fan of these ingredients very much at all. It's a creamy vanilla flavor, okay? And so they're using more gums, acacia gum, a coconut oil powder, again, emulsifier, trying to get that creamy texture. They also have xanthan gum. You don't need that stuff. Stevia as their flavor, or as their sweetener, excuse me, and then some natural flavors, sea salt and rosemary extract. Do they have the amino acid profile? Remember, that is priority number one, and they do not. So yeah, I would stay away from this. You have no idea what you're getting, and that's only pea protein, so not a diverse form at all. Let's see. Let's check out Momentous. Okay, so this is an NSF certified for sport. Only 22 servings for $42. Wowza, that is expensive. Cut through the marketing crap. Okay, so they do give you the amino acid profile. Excellent. Only 1.6 grams of leucine per serving. You need to be getting around 2.5 grams, so you would need more than one serving of this product to be able to hit that. Only 20 grams of protein. So yeah, you need about a scoop and a half here, guys. So these are the things you got to be cognizant of, right? If you're using this for muscle building capabilities, that's not sufficient. Let's check out their flavorings. What flavor is this? This is a vanilla spice flavor. I'm not sure that I give a darn about the spice. I'd rather it just be vanilla. The natural flavors, that's going to be the vanilla. Then they have some organic cane sugar. I'd rather see stevia extract personally. Then we have their seasoning blend, which is just silly. And they also have stevia in here. So what are we doing with the cane sugar? But you'll notice there's no emulsifiers. That's cool. No gums. No bad artificial sweeteners. That's cool. Like that. So there's a lot to like, but there's also a lot to be cognizant of, and maybe throw a little bit of a red flag, especially that amino acid profile. Okay, but it is NSF certified. Let's see if we can keep going. All right, let's check out these guys. So they are advertising 32 grams of protein and a 24 serving pouch for just 25 bucks. So pretty good price there, not bad. Do they have, okay, so here's they're using only pea protein, interesting. More cane sugar with stevia, natural flavorings, sea salt. So not terrible ingredients, but look at that, 4 grams of added sugars. Yoy, yoy, yoy. 32 grams of protein. Are they going to show us the profile? No. So yeah, I would not go for that personally. Got to see that profile when it comes to plants. Very, very important. Let's see. Let's do one more and then we'll transition to whey. Who are we going to pick on? Ultra plant protein. Not sure what the heck that means. Protein shake mix. All right, let's check out these guys. All right, so again, they say 9 grams of EAAs and BCAAs. We'll see about that. It's a vanilla flavored. Oh boy, look at that ingredient list. 30 grams of protein, much better sugar. Only 16 servings per container, guys, for $31. Holy crap. Woo-wee, that's a lot. That is about $2 a serving. You want to stay around the $1.10 to $1.20 range. That is troublesome. Okay, so let's see what they got. They got pea protein, they have brown rice, mung bean, and chia seed. Nice, diverse selection of plants. Some natural flavors, probably acacia for the gum, right? That emulsifier. Stevia. There's sunflower lecithin, which, as we said before, is an emulsifier. Not a bad one by any means. And then some tart cherry and turmeric. I'm not sure what the heck that stuff is doing in there. We don't need a fruit and veggie blend. It's just ridiculous. Started off good, ended terribly. Do we have the amino acid profile? That's what we want to see. Amino acids. No. So you know what? I can't get behind it, guys. We have to see that profile when it comes to plant proteins, okay? So make sure you're looking for that before you purchase. All right. Now, let's switch to whey protein powders. You know what? Why don't we do egg protein powders first? Let's show egg really quickly. Okay, so egg protein powders. Again, this is more of a moderate digestion, nice robust amino acids, so we don't need to see the profile here with any of these. So this is 3 pounds for $80. Holy smokes, that's expensive. So this is not necessary. But because it's here, we'll take a quick look. So 2.3 grams of leucine per serving. That's great. You get 44 servings here for 80 bucks. So again, a little too expensive. It's definitely on the higher side when it comes to cost. Let's see their ingredients. Ingredients: egg white protein and sunflower lecithin. Great. So this is unflavored, no sweeteners, just egg whites and an emulsifier. Really good. Any manufacturing standards here? Okay, so I love when companies put this in here because this type of assessment is done for every lot. It doesn't tell you which lot this is. It's just, hey, look at these. I mean, they could have just done this on Adobe. It has to be specific to the lot if you're going to look at the certificate of analyses. So that's a little silly. I don't see any manufacturing standards, guys. Nothing. So that is concerning. Let's check out this one. So this is £1.50, which gets you 24 servings for $35, so a little bit better in price. Okay, so they are adding in BCAAs, which is interesting. You really don't need to do that with an animal-based protein, but it still doesn't hit the mark. Even still, we're only at 1.8 grams of leucine per serving. We need to be higher than that. Around 2.5 is ideal. So you would need about a scoop and I don't know, a scoop and a third or so to hit that mark here. Other ingredients, they have xylitol, which is not a bad artificial sweetener. Okay, there's certainly worse artificial sweeteners out there than xylitol. Okay, it's pretty good. Some stevia leaf, which is very good. Natural flavors and sunflower lecithin. So good ingredient levels, good ingredients. Nothing concerning there. Let's see their manufacturing. Informed Sport. Okay, good. So this is a pretty good one, guys. This is a pretty good egg white plant protein. I would be fairly happy with this for sure. Okay, it's usually $50. Wowzers. So look for deals when you can get them. All right. Let's see if we can find a crazy one. Some of these proteins are going to have ridiculous flavorings, and I want to show you what that looks like here. Let's check out this one. Okay, so here we are. Egg white powder, sunflower lecithin, cocoa, natural flavors, peanut flour, and stevia. So not bad. Not bad. That's pretty good for getting a peanut butter cup. Pretty solid. 25 grams of protein and 27 servings per container for usually $70. Whoa. Way expensive. Whoo, baby. Manufacturing certs. This is all garbage. Garbage. Yeah, I don't see anything to denote manufacturing. Yeah, which is disappointing, especially at that price point. Holy cow, that's expensive. Okay. But that's the gist of eggs. Stay away from those artificial sweeteners, minimal ingredients, and get ready for that price point, man. Whoa. All right, let's shift to whey. A few to look through for whey. We'll see if we can find just a concentrate to start. All right, let's go here. So this is usually $80. You get 71 servings for $80. Great, that's a pretty good price. Okay, so we get 24 grams of protein. Remember, leucine is going to comprise about 10 to 12% of that. So we're going to be hitting that threshold here with whey. It's got the best amino acid profile, so we don't need to see that. Let's check out their ingredients. We have just concentrate, vanilla extract, the emulsifier, a little bit of salt, some stevia, and monk fruit for sweetener. Fantastic. Very good. Remember, the grass-fed doesn't do anything. And here, look, check it out. Only 1.5 grams of saturated fat, guys. That's nothing. The fat and the nutrients from the fat get removed. And there you go, GMP certified. Perfect. So this is very good, but look past that grass-fed marketing stuff, okay? Let's find some others. So that was a concentrate. This is isolate. Let's check out the isolate. This is only 4 pounds for $60. So 55 servings versus the other one was 71. All right. Oh no. Okay, this is a great example of something to stay away from when it comes to ingredients. Look at these ingredients, guys. So they're using an isolate loaded whey protein blend, okay, which is an isolate and a concentrate. Okay, that's cool. I look for that as well. But then you get natural and artificial flavorings. Oh, no. No, no, no. A gum blend. No, no, no. Lecithin is fine. Acesulfame potassium is horrible. Sucralose, horrible. Oh my goodness. Digestive enzyme blend, totally not necessary. Wow. Good manufacturing standards, but awful ingredients. Goodness gracious. Whew. All right. Let's see what else we can find out there. Let's do a couple more. See if we can find a hydrolyzed whey. Let's check out this flavor. Nutter butter flavor. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a little bit hard to read. Hopefully you can see it on the screen, but whew. So they have an isolate and a concentrate, and then they have nut butter cookies. And look at those ingredients. Wow. That is so unnecessary, loaded with junk. 2 pounds. How many servings is that? Just out of curiosity. 26 servings for $35. Yikes, guys. Wow, wow, wow. Can we find a hydrolyzed whey? Okay, here's a hydrolyzed. Okay, so this is perfect because we saw the other product that was 71 servings as well. That was about, what was it, about $70 or so? Something like that, $80. This is 71 servings for usually $110. So that's exactly what I was talking about. The hydrolyzed is going to be more expensive, okay? Let's see here. Informed choice, excellent. This is another red flag. They're not showing the nutrition facts. Oh my gosh, what a horrible mistake. Anytime I see that, guys, I'm out. Not happening. Especially for $110. I better be seeing that right off the bat. Yikes. Let's keep scrolling here. I want to show you guys a hydrolyzed. I was hoping it was on the main page here, but that's okay. We can just do a quick search for it if we can't find it. All right, so let's do that. Let's do whey protein powder hydrolyzed. Okay, let's do NutriCost hydrolyzed whey. So here you're going to get 2 pounds for 40 bucks, 25 servings for $40. Okay, not bad. Certainly have seen much higher, so that's not bad. Let's check out their ingredients. Okay, we have hydrolyzed whey, isolate and concentrate, cocoa powder, natural flavors. Oh, sucralose. Bummer. A terrible artificial sweetener. Really wish it was stevia extract. Oof. We do have the manufacturing certs, but yeah, you can get better sweeteners than that, guys. Yikes. All right, so we'll do one more. Let's check out Ascent. Now, here's something to be wary of as well. So this is actually the protein that I used, and I actually found this at Costco, 4.25 pound bag for $52. Okay, fantastic. I think when I checked on here the other day, the 4 pound bag was like 76 or something. So I'm getting the same exact product for $20 something cheaper, 24 bucks cheaper. Now, let's check out their supplement facts. 25 grams of protein. We have the blend of isolate and concentrate, natural flavors, which is going to be the vanilla, the sunflower lecithin, the emulsifier, stevia, and sea salt. That's it. Perfect. That's all you need. Nothing fancy, nothing bad. And then we have informed choice manufacturing standards. Okay. So I guess the take home message there is that you can find high quality supplements in unexpected places. I would say the vast majority of supplements from big box stores are garbage, but this is an example of one that is very high quality at a much better price. So just be an informed buyer. Check out those ingredients. If you're doing the plant, check out the amino acid profile. Follow those suggestions and you're going to land yourself a very high quality protein. Okay? Thank you very much for tuning into this video, guys. Please feel free to comment below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more supplement buying tips, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.